All right, let's turn our attention now to the water. Just in our News 8 viewing area, there are nearly 200 miles of the Mississippi River, not to mention all of our other rivers and lakes. The Army Corps of Engineers says there are nearly 4,000 recreational boats that use the locks here in the Quad Cities. And from Dubuque to Burlington, there are more than 30,000 registered boaters. And as the summer heats up, we want you to be safe out on the water. In fact, National Safe Boating Week kicks off tomorrow. It's why Charles Brennan with the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary is joining us now. Charles, thank you for being here.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me.
Before we get out to the water, let's start with you. What is the Coast Guard Auxiliary?
So the Coast Guard Auxiliary is a force multiplier for the United States Coast Guard and Coast Guard Reserve. It was congressionally formed in 1939. So public affairs, public education, search and rescue, marine safety. There's a lot of things that we help the active duty with.
Well, one of the things you guys focus on is boating safety.
Yep.
And I know you got some tips for us. What are some things that people should have ready to go before they ever head out on the water?
So making sure our life jackets are still good. They still fit properly. They are still serviceable, so they're not really they're not faded. All the buckles still work. They're not, broken or anything like that, right? So a faded life jacket makes it harder to see someone in the water, which then can cause potential hazard for other boaters and that person. Checking our fire extinguishers. Mm-hmm. Fire extinguishers have an expiration date now. Mm-hmm. So it's 12 years from manufacture. So on the bottom of a fire extinguisher, there should be a date stamped or on the label. And fire extinguishers also have to be U.S. Coast Guard approved. And that will be right there on the label as well. And engine cutoff switches. So any vessel under 26 feet that is not a cabin has to use the engine cutoff switch. And that will help prevent a boat from wanting to just circle if an operator falls overboard. Yeah. So it kills the engine right there, and it's not running circles and getting either other boats or that person who fell in danger of being hit by their prop.
Charles, I grew up on the water. I went boating all the time as a kid. Mm-hmm. What should you do if you want an extra pair of eyes on your boat? Because the years go by fast, and all of a sudden, you had your boat for a few years and it hasn't been looked at.
Yeah, I always recommend having extra people on board, and when you have people on board, have them be a spotter, have them be looking out for logs, right? We see logs in the river all the time, especially after the floodwaters have receded. We see logs, we see other debris that happens to be in the water, so keeping an eye out for that so we're not running over them with our boat, killing our prop, killing our lower unit, depending on what kind of propulsion system we have, and also being aware of where our wing dams are and our lateral dams, right? So right up here over 74, there's that large lateral dam that is running right up the navigable, or on the outside of the navigable channel.
What about when it comes to the Coast Guard Auxiliary? Because I know you guys do, vessel safety checks?
Yep, so we do vessel safety checks. We actually have some coming up on Saturday at Sunset Marina at 9:30.
Perfect, tomorrow morning.
Yep. So bring your boat out to Sunset, and there will be a couple auxiliaries out there to do vessel safety checks. And so all that is it's a volunteer check. We're just making sure you have all the required safety equipment and required equipment on board. So if you don't get fined. You don't get anything from us. Mm-hmm. We're trying to help you be safe out on the water and prevent if you were to be stopped by a law enforcement agency, that you have everything. It makes your life easier, it makes their life easier, and makes everyone safer.
So no one's going to get in trouble tomorrow morning?
Nope. You don't have something, you go and get it, you come back and say, hey, I got it, and then you'll get your sticker. So, yep.
You're trying to keep as many people safe on the water as you guys can, because it's going to be a busy summer season.
Yep, hopefully the floodwaters stay down so we can be out.
Our fingers are crossed.
Right.
Charles, thank you so much for dropping by today. You got a busy morning tomorrow. I hope you have lots of boats.
Thank you.
For you guys at home, we have more information on those vessel safety checks happening tomorrow morning at Sunset Marina up on our website. Just head over to WQAD.com and click on the As Seen on TV tab.